Greetings, I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. And, well, pro tip, everybody. After you've hit the record button, make sure it's actually recording. Yeah, anyway, I've been doing some work. I sloped the, well, you can see. I changed the slope at Almost Station. And that's because we've made some changes to the donut. You see, I realized that we were going to need some sort of physical bumper. Something that would cause it to not take as much damage when it hit. And I tried a few different things, and nothing worked. Nothing worked properly. So, instead of continuing to try random things, I figured, you guys might want to see a finished working elevator in less than, 5 more episodes. So this was one of my last-ditch efforts. I put wheels on the inside. So wheels have special properties that keep them from taking too much damage, unless they've changed that in one of the recent updates, which I have this horrible feeling that they may have. I'm not really sure. I also just noticed this very second that there's a missing parachute hatch. I think we at some time knocked it out, and yeah, we should probably put that back. I'm going to try passing Almost Station up there, and we're not going to worry too much about how exactly centered we are, and we'll see what happens. So there we go, and we're not centered. By the way, I removed some of the sensors and turned the sensors off. You can see we're drifting off a little bit here. Not too concerned about it because, did you feel that? We bumped. Now, before we actually stop here, come on, come to a stop, come to a stop. I want to see just how far off we are, and I think we'll remote control it up. Yeah, see, we're way off, but you can also see that we're bumping the tires, and you didn't hear any scraping. I didn't hear any scraping, because we can't really scrape anymore, because it's always going to hit those tires instead of hitting whatever else. So let's see how it does at the station. The station should kind of push this back into center. That was a little bit of an awkward bump. Alright, well, that's okay. I keep forgetting which direction the remote control is. I think I need to turn it. Do we even have working gyros? Oh, we do, but they're really low power. So let's pump up the power to the gyros. It's probably way overkill. There we go. Like that. And then if we back up, that's what it is. It should kind of work its way. I know I'm seeing the smoke too. Let's go look. Seeing some smoke down here. I think it's just from it tapping. Let's really quickly see if we've taken any damage. Not there. And this is worst case scenario. I wanted to come at this as wonky as possible. So now the next question is, if I go back and get in that pilot seat, we're going to back up just a little bit. Because we can tell just how off things are just by looking at that. Not back up. Now I'm now I'm in the pilot seat, which is rotated differently. We're gonna go down. See, everything looks fairly straight. Didn't mean to go up that fast. Oh, that is such a tight fit. It's doable. I always hate it when I get out of a camera and I think I'm out of the pilot seat, so I start trying to move around. Okay, so it's doing a little bit of repair work here. And you can see that this is caught. It's caught in here. Okay. So it's not perfect, but I have another thought. And that is, we can make Almost Station just a little bit smaller. And now as we're going down, sure, it might hit, but it's just going to kind of bounce back. Oh, that wasn't a good sound. Yeah, that definitely took some damage. Okay, but it wasn't damage to the wheels, it was damage to the tower. And I can't make the entire tower out of wheels. Alright, let's head back up. I was noticing that you can actually fit another landing gear right here. So I can put that there and remove this one. Like that. And then I can't, by definition, the fact that I could put that one there means that I cannot put one here. Just the sheer geometry of the whole thing, because if there was enough space there, there couldn't have been enough space here unless it was absolutely perfectly aligned. And we know it's not perfectly aligned, because I didn't have any way of perfectly aligning it, which, by the way, may have caused our issues last time, because there's probably a very slight angle difference between this tower and that tower and the one below it. And since I set my GPS points at the bottom and the top, there's a very, very slight zigzag in the line. This is getting dangerous. We can put one this way, but we won't be able to put one that way. Of course not. Because of the same reason. This one is lined up here, and that's how it's able to connect to this. So we can have one, but it's going to be from this tower up. And the reason I wanted one going up and one going down was just for redundancy, in that if for some reason one of the grids recalculated or something like that, I didn't want to disconnect while the other grid was recalculating. So this is a little bit dangerous. But at the same time, I think it's kind of necessary. So now, I need to get rid of all this heavy armor that I just put in. Fun. So I'm kind of wondering how I want to do this, and I think I'd love to have glass there, but I'm not sure that's a great idea. So what if all the way around I were to place 3x3 windows, excuse me, 3x3 windows like this, anchored right to the side of that. I need one of these guys, and one last one. So now we've got ourselves a completely enclosed station that's only slightly larger than the tower itself. So I think we've got a much better chance, more than a chance, of making it back through there. Okay, not a problem at all. It barely even noticed. So what do you say we make the trip down to Midway? We're not going to go too fast right away, because I'm a little concerned about when we kind of tap up against the tower, if we're going to do a lot of bad things. Yeah, we did a lot of bad things. Okay, what was that about? What did it hit? Okay, yeah. I have a feeling I know what it hit. Oh, there goes another part that's going to land down there. Okay. I was correct, unfortunately. Oh, cool. I have absolutely no thrusters that direction. So let's go get that fixed first. Oh, there's fire. Always with the fire. Yeah, always with the fire. Okay, we need to get that online. That one right there. Metal grid and all that. So we are not connected to that. Oh, did we do enough damage to the... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here, we don't need this for at least a few moments. And Igor's on his way to fixing things. There we go. That went green. Which should very much help in realigning. So that we can get more parts. Hey, you know how I keep forgetting to make a blueprint? I forgot to do a blueprint. Again. Alright, one less fire. A little bit less smoke. Put these wheels back on. Honestly, I think the wheels actually saved at least part of the donut. So I'm glad I had them there. They just weren't enough, you know what I mean? So it really is going to need some kind of suspension. Just sliding along the tower isn't enough. I was kind of hoping it would be, but... Problem is, while I wasn't recording earlier, I tested out the idea of using suspension. We had a few issues with that as well. And landing gear would have the same issue. Really, anything sliding along the tower isn't going to work. There is one other thing I want to try. Back when I was doing the sensor setup, people were saying that I should have some dampeners on. So these sensors would, instead of turning on and off thrusters, they would turn on and off the thrust override. But the other thrusters would stay on, which meant that as soon as the thrust override was turned back off again, because it left this area, then the other thrusters, because of the inertial dampener, would stop it. So you wouldn't get that oscillating effect. Let's give that a try. I want to give that a try and see if that would work. It does mean removing a few tires and replacing basically all of my sensors and resetting them up. Okay. We can do that. It's okay. We can do that. All right, so this left sensor, setup actions, we don't want to do the sound thing anymore. Now, this is the third different thing we've put on here. I believe there, yeah, so there's a hydrogen adjust left. And this time, when it triggers that something is being sensed, we're going to increase thrust override. But when it stops detecting that, then we're going to decrease thrust override. So it should just tick it up one notch and then tick it down to not being thrust override. But they'll be left on most of the time. Now, that one is actually my original. All the three others were either removed intentionally or unintentionally, so we got to set those up from scratch. I think I've got them all set now. Let's give this thing a try. I want to start with getting rid of, let's see, that's those four. I want to make sure that the thrust override is off, and I want to make sure that they're set on, each individually. And I kind of want to see if I can figure out a spot where I can see okay. I think before we were kind of down here looking. And let's see if this works. So if I drift off like this, it should trigger, and it may take a while because the thrust override is quite small. All right, let's go take a look real quick. Okay, that's not triggered. That's not. That's not. And that's not. Oh, but wait a minute. We're centered. When did that happen? Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Okay, let's try this another way. If I go forward, let's go out and see if it'll happen for us. That just recentered before I could even get out here. And there's no oscillation. This is the way I should have done it from the very beginning. Unbelievable. Okay, well, let's go down to Midway Or at least start heading toward Midway and see if this is going to work. I'm a little bit nervous. Well, you know what? We've got a ways to go. We're 40 kilometers up. Midway's around 21 or something. I can't remember. 20, 19, something like that. It's around 20. So I'm not going to worry about hitting it right away. So I'm going to do this to keep an eye on how close we are. And let's go. Oh, wow. That's some pretty big drift right there, but it readjusts. Okay. I'm also like way off from center, so I still might want that other script running on. Even entirely sure. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's hop in here, take a look at that. And we've got a whole lot of 9s. The gyroscope is overridden. I'm moving the mouse all over the place, and we're not seeing any movement. Oh, I should probably also turn dampeners off so that we get the most efficient fall. I just got to remember to turn them on if something goes wrong. I'm not seeing any drift at all. It's very, very slight. And it appears to be self-adjusting. Yeah? I mean, it's fixing itself. There's some oscillation, but it's so much smaller. And I think it's just a matter of it appropriately self-adjusting. Okay, you know how I like to give credit where credit's due. This is a combination of several different comments that I got. And I have no idea who suggested this one, but if you were one of those who suggested using, you know, inertial dampeners or thrust override or one of those things, then give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you very much for the suggestion. That was very intelligent and a good one, because I think this is a working elevator. Let's look down, because I want to make sure that we can stop in time. We are currently traveling at 125 meters per second. And we are at 29 kilometers. If we hit something, it will be a spectacular failure. It will be a massive explosion. So that right there is Midway Station. We are approaching it. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn dampeners on now so we can start slowing down, because we need to be able to stop. Wow, we can... Okay. We can actually stop pretty fast. I want to stop as close as we can to the station at like the next connector point above it. And it looks like the last connector is the next connector. So I will just remote it down. Okay. Can you believe it? Can you believe we're finally here? Alright, let's go ahead and get locked in. And I've been adjusting the magnetic force of each one of these to multiply it by 10, which seems to do a pretty good job. Normally, I guess I gotta get a little closer. So now, yeah, perfect. Lock in place. Okay, we are currently hovering just above Midway Station. And that was actually a much quicker trip than I expected. I guess probably because we were traveling at 100 and something meters per second. All right, so what do you say we shrink this station? Well, I didn't get very far because we have a problem. Pretty major one, too. I'm still trying to think of how we're going to solve that. Okay, so I can put a landing gear here, 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 but not here or here. And if we go down the other direction, I can place it here, 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 but not here or here. So I thought, okay, it could be that there's a slight tilt in the tower. But the problem is, where is it tilted? How is it tilted? Is this too close and these 3 squares are slightly farther away because the tower is tilted this direction? That may be. Which would explain why I can't place a landing gear in any of these positions. Doesn't really explain why this landing gear is in this position, but that's okay. Here's the other problem, is I can't place a landing gear in any of these positions. And I can't place them anywhere along here. So we have basically nowhere near the center of this tower to place a full-size landing gear. Now, technically it is being held in place by this connection. And technically, I could remove all of the landing gear and it would stay. You know, I mean, it's connected to a voxel up there, and it's connected to a voxel down there. So, I guess I would be sort of safe removing the landing gear. This is very nerve-wracking, even thinking about this. Now, I thought there's one other thing I could possibly do, and that is, and I'm not even sure this would work, but I might be able to place a rotor. Let's see. No, it won't even let me place a rotor there because, oh, right, because rotors actually expect. I could place a rotor here and then do a small head on it. There is still a rotor lock option, which I think, and I'm not sure anymore because they've kind of changed things. Maybe we can do this kind of thing. See, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit. Yeah, it won't go there. The chances of this working are so slim. But I just feel like it's worth trying, you know? Is it even going to be able to get into place? Oh. Yeah. Actually, let's, I'm just going to throw that on there. Unlock. Come on, can you get all the way there? A little bit further. There we go. So now if we lock that rotor, if we do rotor lock, turn off the velocity. There's no reason to have it going. I mean, it's better than nothing? Maybe? I'm not sure if it really is better than nothing, but it's something, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to take apart the rest of this thing and let's just hope that it doesn't all come crashing down. Okay. Well, it's a thing. It's a scary thing, but it's a thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw in these the glass like I did before. It won't let me put glass there, or it won't let me put a thing there. What? Why won't it let me put oh. Oh. No? No. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now that one it won't let me do. Okay, so that's too close on that side to be able to put in glass. Maybe I need to anchor it on the top instead. See, it's too close. It won't let me do it. Let me try over here. Yeah, see, it's the same issue. I might be able to do it on this side. I can't even do it here. See, for some reason, I think it may be, like, twisted a little bit, as well as tilted a little bit. And it's, you know, it's tiny, tiny amounts, but it's enough that I literally can't put anything here. We might just have to leave this looking wide open like this, which is really nerve-wracking. But it's also, I mean, it should all be fine. This is just weird. That's all it is. It's gonna kind of freak me out, and I'm just gonna have to live with it. Okay. Since I can't put glass there, there's no reason to have that piece or this piece. I can put, if I was able to put that other one there, no, I can't put that there. Can't put that there, or there, or there. This is fabulous. I could put a thing there. What? Okay. So I think the other thing I will do is put a connector here. There we go. So now we can at least stop here if we want to. All right, let's bring it down. I need to get some energy anyway. And we'll connect to that connector. And I actually want to pull the stuff out of that cargo container. Also, I think I noticed, I may be wrong, but I believe that I can take my helmet off. Nope, no I can't. Let's look down. Oh wow, you can see the bend in the tower right there. That is very clear. I never noticed it before because Midway was always in between. Okay, well let's head down there. There she is. Well, Midway Station is a little bizarre now, but it's okay. We can pass right past it in the future without any issues. Can I take my helmet off yet? Yeah, I can. Yeah, just the distance between that connector up there and here is the difference between being able to take your helmet off or not. That's pretty cool. Well, never mind. I just reloaded the game, and when I came back in, I was taking damage, and I had to put my helmet back on. And now if I try and take my helmet off, in the exact same place I was a few moments ago, I start taking damage again. So, I don't know why it let me before without any issues, but can't now, so never mind. It won't be too much longer before we'll have enough atmospheric pressure to be able to take off the helmet. In the meantime, that reminded me of a few different people that have suggested that I can throw on an air vent. Stick that there. I figured if we're going to put an air vent in here, you might as well stick it right on the oxygen generator, or oxygen tank. Why not, right? So we'll do this, and we'll set it up to depressurize. How about air vent intake? So when we do start getting oxygen, it'll be able to actually refill the oxygen tank, which isn't really necessary, but, you know, might as well. So I realized we're at the end of our episode, just about, and we've made some good progress today. I'm very happy with what we've done today. We actually are at Midway Station. Midway Station is a lot smaller than it used to be, but we're here. And I didn't even blow anything up much. And we have an auto-correcting system and all kinds of things. And I'm really happy about it. So the next step is to head on down. Are we getting oxygen yet? Why are we not pressurized in here? I thought we were. Oh, wait. There it is. I knew there was one more. There we go. That should be it. Hey, okay. Now I can take my helmet off. So yeah, auto centering system. We didn't need the wheels to actually, you know, or anything else to actually align with the tower. We're doing it all automatically. I'm very happy about that. And on the next episode, we're going to be heading down to the planet. And we'll actually land down at the spaceport at the bottom of the tower. I'm excited about that. And then we'll be creating our own spaceport landing area down there. That's going to be the whole point of that structure down there now. I mean, it was originally designed to support the build of the tower, but we're going to modify it and make it a spaceport where people can land and disembark and that kind of thing. Come back for the next episode and let's continue this project. I'm excited about it. And hopefully in just a couple more episodes, we'll be able to shoot right back up to the asteroid and we'll have a working elevator. Exciting? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. If you are excited, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, announce it from the rooftops. You know what? Don't get on a rooftop. It's dangerous. I wouldn't want you to fall and hurt yourself. And then I would lose a subscriber. And that would be sad. And you getting hurt would be sad too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm concerned about your safety as well as my subscriber count. Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording now before I like make anybody angry. Yeah. I'll see you next time on Epic Tech.